Hi, my name is Steve Bridges. I teach classes in accounting, in business technology, and office administration at Whatcom Community College. And this is the orientation video for my summer classes for summer 23. And what this video is going to do is I'm going to go through a short PowerPoint, um, going through just basic contact info for me, key pages on Canvas. Talk a little bit about my availability because I'm going to have online and in-person availability, even though it's an online class and you don't have to come. I don't want to get that out of the way at first. Is that I will have on-campus availability if you happen to be in town. Not everybody is, but if you are and you need some help, we'll talk about it in a second. And then just kind of how to turn in assignments, that sort of thing, and for those of you who may not already do have it, how to get Microsoft Office through the school. Because you do, for being a Whatcom student, you do get Microsoft Office for free, Office 365. So without further ado, let's take a look at this thing. I'm going to share my screen. And here it is. It's called I call this the Business Lab orientation. Again, because I teach a bunch of classes in these subjects, we put everything together, call it the Business Lab, because there is a physical lab that I'll talk about here in a minute. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and just maximize this thing. And go to contact info. Again, my name is Steve Bridges. Hello. If you've had classes with me before, welcome back. If not, welcome aboard. This is my email, sbridges@whatcom.edu. This is my phone number. I don't actually have an office with a phone in it. So this is more of a voice. Think if this is a voicemail number, I'll, of course, I'll listen to it and get back to you as quickly as I can. But just know that like nobody's going to pick up that phone because there's no phone connected to it. It's just a voicemail box. Probably the easiest way to get a hold of me is through Canvas messaging, and because that also goes to my email. I'll see it no matter what, and it's in the quickest turnaround if you need to get a hold of me. I do have a Zoom room, a dedicated Zoom room for me. I don't have regular Zoom hours, like set hours for it. I used to, but it just wasn't really used very much. So now I just do it by appointment only, but just happy to set up an appointment anytime. I can do evenings, weekends, whatever. Just let me know. Because yeah, I'm available. And then finally, I'm available in the Learning Commons 301. There's another slide dedicated to this later where I'll talk about my hours and when that's going to start and everything. First thing we want to look at for how the classes will work here. It's summer quarter. We want to get it started as soon as we can. So let's pop over to Canvas and take a look. The page I'm going to be looking at is one for BTech 121. It's our Word class, but all my classes are set up in basically the same manner. So all of these pages that I'm showing, even though it's just one specific class, it works the same way across all of them. So I've got this already up, and I'll just go back home. And this is the BTech 121 class. And I'll actually switch to student view because this is what you will see, right? You'll want to read this announcement. I guess you already have. You maybe have if you're looking at this video because it basically just directs you to this video and says welcome aboard and all that stuff. Also, you want to check, if you did just click on this right away, look below to see if there are any other videos that are going to be here for this for your class. I don't think BTech 121 has one. I'll pop up. They don't. This is just a link to this orientation video, but some classes do have a second video that talks about specifically that class. And then also for some other classes, not all of them, mainly for the accounting classes, is if you click on the assignment pages, I have videos where I'm doing example problems for that week's assignment, and I'll do a little bit of kind of a mini lecture as I go through that example. That's especially true again for those accounting classes. Okay, so if we look at these important pages, the first one we want to look at is the assignment directions. So every class that I teach has a textbook. So you'll need to get your textbook. We will find that on the syllabus on the next page. But here's the assignment directions. And this is the most, of course, your textbook is most important. But outside of that, the assignment directions are the most important document for the class. I'll click on these and show you why. So load up here, and the assignment directions. This is basically the guidelines of what you're going to do each week. For example, the Word textbook, Word, 2019 365. You read chapter 1. DYS, AYS, and RYS are just sections of each chapter, and so you'll complete this section of the chapter, complete this section of the chapter, complete these problems, and when you complete them and you save them, these are the assignments that you're going to be turning in Canvas, and this is it's also each how much each one is worth point wise. And then again, as it goes, just each week, read this chapter, complete these assignments, turn this in. And, again, once you get started and get in the rhythm of it, it's pretty much, you're reading something, you're doing some homework, you turn it in. It works about the same way. There's a lot of files for that one. Good luck. So that is the assignment directions. That is what you're going to look at to read each week, and read them too, because there are this is basically how to set up files and stuff. But there are also, not for here, but there could be something that's changed in the book that I have a note on here, or something that I want you to stop sooner than the book wants you to stop, or it's a set of problems, but I only want you to do 1 through 5, something like that. So really pay attention to what these are saying. It'll save you some extra work, most likely, if you do. Okay. So that's where each week's assignment is going to be, and that's where you're going to find out what you're going to want to do. Go back home, and then we're going to have the syllabus. The syllabus includes the textbook that you'll need, and again, every class has a textbook, so don't forget that. It's just what you'll be required for here, or what it was required for the course. Here is the textbook. There's my contact info again. Looks like I forgot to put 23, but we're going to live with that. And also that you'll need Microsoft Office. And there's a link. Again, I'll talk about that in a second, but it's basically a link to how to get Office. Outside of that textbook and the contact info, not a ton of stuff you're going to need. A lot of boilerplate stuff like course outcomes and that sort of thing. But it does also have my this is the stuff you'll be doing for the course and how that's divided out, and my grading scale, which is pretty standard. But if you want to take a look and see what you're going to get, there it is. So that's the syllabus. The assignment directions tells you what you're going to do. Big important document. Syllabus is where you can find your textbook and my grade scale. The third one, and this is true for almost every class. I believe there may be one or two that doesn't really use the student handouts folder very much, but for everybody else, you're going to want to use the student handouts folder. And I'll show you what this is. This is basically, when you go back to that assignment directions, it's saying, hey, do assignment RYS, blah, 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 right? Well, this is where those files are. So here's like for chapter 1, hey, if you need to do assignment, AYS2, W1A2, that's where it is. So you'll download those files at the beginning of the quarter, and you'll have them to do your homework for the rest of the quarter. I will note that for the Word class, this doesn't include all of the files that you'll be making. Some of them you do make from scratch. So if you look in there and you don't see a file, it's probably one that you're creating. So there's nothing to load. I've been using these files long enough to know that they're all there. But if you do have your assignment, your student handouts, I should say, and something's not there, let me know and I can just mail it to you. Possible download error or something like that. Anyway, but there you go. Go over these once again. Announcements at home. Assignment directions tells you what you're going to do. Syllabus has the textbook you'll need. You haven't already found it, and my grade scale. Third is the student handout folder. That's where you're going to get the files to do your homework. And I should also note for accounting classes, you're going to have those student handout folders also. This is basically for accounting 100 and 110, is because I've already created the working papers for you, so you don't have to buy anything else or create them yourself or write them down on paper. I've got Excel spreadsheets for all that stuff already set up, so all you have to do is put in some answers. So it's again, checking the stuff out will save you time, save you work. And to some classes, there maybe will not really use those files except for like a week or two, but download them anyway. And so that's what else do we have here. Well, I guess I'll show you the syllabus, which we talked about, student handouts, final project files. So not every class has a final project, but 121 does, and you can find them down here at the bottom below the assignments. Either it'll be grouped in with the assignments themselves, or it'll have the separate final project section right here. There's the instructions and the files. That's where you turn it in. So there you go. Let's see here. Uh, PowerPoint. Check announcements frequently. I have it set up to where they will be run on the landing page when you get there. I think I've got two or three. You'll see the most recent two or three. Check those often. Just because it's where I'll announce things. It's where I'll maybe something for your class has changed, a due date has changed, or somebody's found an error in the book, or a program has changed, or something, or I'm sick and I'm out today, or something like that. So just check those regularly. You'll find out what's going on. And let's see, one more is just always, if you have a question, ask it. If you watch a lot of my videos, you'll see me say this a lot. But again, if you have any questions, please just ask me. The contact info on the syllabus or on this video, anything you need help with, tech-wise, if I can't fix it, I can get you to somebody who can. And, homework-wise, I'm happy to help with anything that you've got. And we'll talk about the business lab in a second, and also maybe be able to help with other classes. But I'll talk about that in a second. Here we go, the office and the Zoom hours. Okay, so again, as I said at the front, this is an online class, so there's no requirement to show up. But I will be on campus Monday through Thursday, 11:30 to 4, in the Learning Commons 301. By appointment, that's typically there for other like the library closes at 4. It doesn't. If other quarters, it stays open later, and so I might have an appointment later. 4 is it. So, but 4:30, or excuse me, 11:30 to 4 is when I'm going to be there. Learning Commons 301. If you're not familiar with campus, it's the newest building. It's the one with all the glass. It has you'll have like there's a cylinder statue with some fish on it in front of it. But yeah, that's the Learning Commons. Third floor. You just get to the top of the stairs. There is a desk there. That's the Learning Commons check-in. Misty works there. She's great. If you say, "Hey, Misty, where's Steve?" She'll point you to it. Or you just get to the top of the stairs, turn right, and go to the end of the hall. And I'll be right at the end of the hall next to the vending machines. And yeah, there's no requirement. It's just a resource. But I know that like sort of everything went online during COVID, and not everybody is served by that. Some people prefer to be in person if they can, and I want to be there as a resource if you do. And so yeah, and the business lab it's something that I run in addition to my courses, and it's just pretty much if you're in a business class or an accounting class and you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. Just yeah, I'm kind of like the Swiss Army knife for business and accounting. If you want to be on campus and like you can't get a hold of your instructor, or they're not on campus, or they're out of town or something like that. Happy to answer questions for any of those classes. Some of them I can't answer because I don't know everything about all these classes, but if it's accounting, probably so. In business, I can do my best. Again, okay, so those hours are 11:30 to 4 or by appointment, and then Zoom by appointment. Pretty much any time. However it goes. Oh, I should say too, for the Learning Commons, it is summer, and I recognize that, and I also recognize that a lot of students might have kids, and if you need to bring your kid to the lab because they're out for the summer, then bring your kids to the lab. It's not the most exciting place, but we've got computers at least they can maybe mess around with. Don't leave them, but but yeah, bring your kids to the lab. It's totally fine. Yeah, it's very happy to. Okay, so that's how you get a hold of me. This is the big caveat, though, is that this will not start until the second week. This is not going to start until July 3rd. First week, I'm going to be traveling, so I will be just out of pocket for that first week. But starting July 3rd, I will be on campus. Starting first day of the quarter, June 26th, I'm there for Zoom, I'm there for email, I'm there for everything else. I'm just saying that the physical lab part won't start until July 3rd. I'm ready to go right now, otherwise. Okay, we got a couple more things here. How to turn in assignments. And basically, we use zip files. The reason why we use zip files is because you can turn them all as one single assignment. So you have to put a whole bunch of files, and I don't have to download a whole bunch of files. And it makes the download slightly slower, or excuse me, slightly faster. Doesn't really matter because we're using pretty small files, but still. Let me show you how to turn in zip files, and I'll just show it on my desktop here. Okay, so I'm going to make a folder, new folder, and I'm going to call this assignment 1. You will put your name on that assignment. It will be, Jonathan Smith, assignment 1. And then we're going to put in a file, right? And this is how you zip it. This is in Windows 11. I'll tell you how to do it in Windows 10. Very similar. Here it says compress to a zip file. Press that. See right there, it created the zip. And this is the file you would turn in. See the little zipper? It's cute. If you're on Windows 10, you'll right-click, and I right-clicked to get to this, to compress that. I should have said that. But you'll right-click, and about right here on the page, there will be a little arrow that says Send To, and there'll be a little arrow out to the side. You'll click, as you hover over it, the Send To will go out here, and one of them will say Compressed File, and it will have that little zipper, and that's what you click, and it'll be the same output. It'll be the same thing. This assignment 1 here is, and then when you go to the canvas to turn it in, you'll turn in that file. Those are the only files that the system will accept because I've set it up that way. So you do need to zip everything. And let's see, I think I have one more thing on here is that I do accept late work. I accept late work right up until the end of the quarter. I recognize that life happens. Just talked about summer and kids and like life, whatever. I will accept late work. If you do turn in late, it'll be a 10% penalty. It might be more if it's egregiously late or something like that, but it's going to be at least 10%. I try to be pretty flexible about this stuff. I give you these assignments because I want you to do them, and I don't want to put any kind of like incentive for you not to do them, like you wouldn't get full credit or something. It's 10%. It's just a little bit of incentive to get you to do it. But again, I take late work all the way through. Please turn it on time. Helps me, helps you. And let's see, is that it? Oh, and Microsoft Office and QuickBooks Online. Even though, let's see here. I'm going to go, so the website, let's see if I can find this. Wacom's website has changed. They've updated recently. Let's see if I can find where to get Office 365. Because like I said, I do have a link in the syllabus where it should take you directly to the place to download it. But let me just show you on the website as well, if I can find it. Maybe Whatcom Community College, probably under current students, and you're going to look for the computer. Oh boy, this is embarrassing. Let's see. It should be. Let me see if I can just find it here somewhere. Let's just see if I can just keep talking. Figure it out. It's not under here. Academics, maybe? Well, how about this? Computer access and tech help. That's where I wanted to go. I'm not sure where to find it. It's under current students somewhere, but I couldn't find it. Sorry about that. But you go here, and you'll scroll down. If you do need a laptop, we do have laptops available. It's just here. We have online support. Microsoft 365. You click that little plus right here, and then you click this link here, and it takes you through the process. Basically, all it is you need to sign up with Microsoft. You do need to use your .edu email account, and then it's just a matter of signing in and downloading it. I would advise to download it. There'll be an option to like download the apps. I would do that because just you'll get a more robust, especially if you're taking the Excel class and you need to download Office. Definitely download the desktop app because that version will be more feature complete, and because it's basically if you just use the web-based one, it can't do everything that the one that's actually you download to your computer can. You want to do that. Okay. Let's see here, and then I think finally, just a real quick mention for the QuickBooks Online people. basically what I'll say is just watch the other video that is with on your Canvas page. There's a second one there that kind of goes into all of it, but basically it's just going to say it's again watch it because it touches on a lot of stuff that's important where you might get behind in your homework if you won't watch it. Um, but basically, get started as you watch for an email from me. But also just go watch that video. It'll get you set up. And that's pretty much everything. You know, I'll say it again. If you have a question about anything, uh, you know, that I can help with, don't hesitate a second to contact me because I'm happy to cover it. All right. Well, everybody, good luck in your classes. I'm here to help anytime. On campus resources will begin on July 3rd. Online courses or online resources are available. I mean, as soon as you watch this video, you can get me through Canvas or email. And yeah, enjoy. Have a good quarter, everybody. Take care. Bye bye.